time to turn our attention to the movies and two big movies being released at Ster Kinekor this Friday. Watch the trailers right now, balls.co.za. I'm playing them now. The first one is called Begin Again, being released today.
Again, this is Distressed Records. Your 10 o'clock meeting started 15 minutes ago.
So what are we doing here?
It's not working. You gotta go.
I'm taking my client list.
It's not Jerry Maguire.
I'm taking my art and... Get away from me. Get away. I'm coming back for that. Don't tell your mom I lost my job today. You got money to pay for these?
I'm a kid. I don't have any money on
What
me.
happened to your pocket money?
Well, I spent that on condoms.
No.
Well, you're a total rock star. Unbelievable.
We don't want anything to stand in his way.
Capiche?
I'm just tagging along.
Babe, we need to talk.
So, this is a new song for anyone who's ever been alone in the city.
So you find yourself at the subway. You realize it's the end of the line.
I was having a nervous breakdown, and then I heard your song.
There goes.
I want to make records with you. Come on, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to get these beers, though. Let's record an album. We don't even need to rent a studio.
You mean record outside?
Every song we do in a different location.
Under the bridge?
Chinatown.
Rowing boats in Central Park.
Whatever happens, we record it.
If we get arrested?
Keep rolling.
Hey, you, come back here. Where are you going?
Check it out. Your boyfriend just wanted music gone.
If I could somehow do anything that would undo what I did to us, just tell me what it is.
I think everything's changed.
Nice beard, you loser.
I'm just not sure how to get back there. And I just can't bear
A guy like that falls on his lip for a couple of years. People lose sight of who he is.
if you take it home.
This really is a bit of a long shot, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when the magic happens.
Taking me home.
Waiting for the next move, anticipating the next groove. And the road is long, and you're only as...
All right, I'm going to cut it there. I'm not a huge fan of Keira Knightley, but that looks like my kind of movie called Begin Again. Here's the second trailer being released, Ster Kinekor, this Friday.
From great suffering, great pain, came a solution. Communities, where disorder became harmony.
The way things look and the way things are very different.
What do you think would happen if you skipped your morning injection?
I cannot prepare you for what's going to happen.
There's something missing from our lives. Something that has been stolen.
When people have the freedom to choose, they choose wrong.
All right, so two completely different films hitting those Ster Kinekor screens this Friday. And on the line to chat to us, how are you, Brad?
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Hayley, and yourself.
Good. We have to start with Begin Again. That I mean, call me like a girly girl, but that looks like my kind of movie.
Can I tell you, strangely enough, and there's a few films starting across our circuit this week. We're just going to chat through two of them. But as a manly man that I like to think, this is my movie of the week, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Really enjoyed it. I went to the premiere, and I took my wife along thinking that I was doing her a favor, but I really ended up enjoying the film, and I was disappointed in myself. But it is what it is, and it's a really good film. You saw the trailer. There's lots of singing. I can't wait to get my hands on the soundtrack because it really is has a superb music track.
Is
music
Keira
tracks
Knightley
that go along
singing?
with it. Yeah, so it's an amazing story, really. She's never really done any singing before or playing, and it's actually her singing and playing. I don't know how much we saw of him in the trailer, but Adam Levine plays a character called Dave Cole in the film, and he actually taught her in 6 months before filming how to play the guitar and how to sing.
I wonder if that's all he taught her.
Well, I'm sure there were a few other things, but not to talk about that. But Keira Knightley, doesn't it annoy you about these actors sometimes?
They're so
They
talented.
do anything. They just need 6 months. They can either lose 50 kilograms, gain 50 kilograms, learn how to play soccer, learn how to play the guitar, learn how to sing. It's just that much talent. It's annoying.
There are. I know. Keira Knightley annoys me like most of the time, and now she just is annoying me even more.
It's a really nice film. It's not a typical romance film, which it might come across as. So but it's quirky. It's fun. It has got a romantic slant, but not in I suppose the traditional ways that you would imagine. So it's not this soppy type of film, and maybe that's why I enjoyed it. Great character played by Mark Ruffalo. I really am a big fan of his.
Yes,
so I like him a lot. As I mentioned, Adam Levine plays in here as well. Catherine Keener. So it's got some big names alongside it. But sure, my movie of the week. I really enjoyed it, and for this type of film, for me, I'm quite a fussy film watcher. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, for a rom-com, that's good.
That's for me unheard of. Normally I give them 4s if they're lucky. That's the good ones. So this one I really thought was quite special, and I've no doubt that it's actually going to do really well. And especially if you're a lover of music, which I am, I think maybe that's what won me over.
Sells it.
The music and the writing of the tracks and how they performed and the quality in which they created these tracks for this film really blew me away. So
brilliant. So
something in there for everyone, I think. And as I said, it's not just girls. Can you believe it? Even the boys liked it, which is.
I'm speaking to Yanez about Man Cave after this. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to let him know there's a movie he has to go watch.
Challenge accepted. Okay.
Okay, and then Giver. That's Giver's up next.
Giver. Okay, so now the Giver it follows like a lot of films that are coming out where our leads are sort of in that teen age group, much like the theme, I suppose, since we've been tracking since Twilight. With Hunger Games and all the films that have come out post that, we're seeing a lot of these with teen leads. This film is in that same vein. Okay. It has an amazing support cast though of Jeff Bridges, none other than Meryl Streep as well, and Alexander Skarsgård and Katie Holmes, who play his parents. Which it's great to see. Katie Holmes, I had a big crush on her when I was growing up, so it was lovely to see her. But now she's not playing the teenager anymore, she's playing the mother.
But I mean, to get a cast like that, I mean, the trailer doesn't really give much away, but it must have a certain unique element to it to attract actors like that.
Definitely, yeah, and Taylor Swift plays in it as well. I don't know how much weight that carries. not my favorite, but it's a really interesting story. For me, I found it in some ways quite similar to Elysium, which was out last year, but it's a different story, and I think that's really one of the appeals to it. So it starts off in a seemingly perfect world that has been created. You're thinking definitely this is a futuristic, how we're going to live when everything goes pear-shaped on the world. There's the seemingly perfect world now. There's no pain, there's no war, there's no real opinion. So it's only one person has the knowledge of what's come before, and that's played by Jeff Bridges. And where the story kind of starts is that at some stage one person in the whole of their world is selected for him to impart the knowledge and history that has gone before them to one person. And that's the younger, so that's played by Brenton Thwaites, is the person who he has to impart all the knowledge on. Everyone else, it seems like their minds have been wiped, and all they know is this perfect world. They don't know what's come before. They don't know anything else. Okay. And I can't really give any more information away, but
no, that gives us something to go on.
How that changes everything, and I think it's quite a nice premise for a film, and it's actually executed really well. And it's got the intrigue, it's got the thrill, it's got the a lick of romance. So it's a really nice film. Is it going to be another Hunger Games or Twilight? Probably not. Okay. But it's in that same vein, and I think it'll do well to that teen market and beyond that. Certainly with the big hitters like a Jeff Bridges and Meryl Streep, it gives it a bit of gravitas.
Oh, interesting. I'll be curious to see how it does. So that's Giver and Begin Again out at Ster Kinekor this Friday. What's our movie question for the week?
I think it's a very easy one. But it's around Begin Again, starring Mark Ruffalo. I want to know, what superhero is Mark Ruffalo famous for playing?
Oh, that's not too difficult.
Mark Ruffalo famous for playing.
Oh, okay, so that's a nice one.
Movie tickets up for grabs if you get that one, and I think people would. So good luck.
Thanks, Brad. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll chat to you next week.
Absolutely. Cheers, Hayley. All the best.
Cheers, bye. That's Brad, General Manager of Marketing at Ster Kinekor, telling us what we can expect at the movies this Friday.
The Hayley O Show, only on balls.co.za.